All right, so next we're going to talk about lab assignments. And if you have been reading through this for the previous couple of little micro lectures, you may notice that this looks a little bit differently because I just adjusted it to include some more information. So lab assignments, part of this course is laboratory. These are weekly peer-reviewed assignments that include hands-on activities and virtual lab activities to assist in your understanding of the topics, as well as activities that relate the topics to actual world use. Note that some weeks you may need to obtain and use household items to complete your lab. Each week's lab assignments are worth 20 points, 15 points for the initial completed assignment, and 5 points for the completion of the peer review, for a total of 300 points from lab assignments. Assignments must be completed and turned in on time to receive credit. So we've already gone through and talked a lot about the peer review process with the homework / in-class assignments. This is going to work very similarly. You will have a lab assignment each week. You need to submit your completed work by Thursday night at 11:59 p.m. Then you will be assigned someone to peer review, and you'll need to complete that peer review by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Similar to the homework and in-class assignments, after Thursday night, you'll have access to the answer key. You can use that answer key to do your peer review. And then after you complete your peer review, then I will go in over the next week or so, adjust your points if necessary for the assignment, and then give you points for the peer review. The difference between lab assignments and homework assignments is there's kind of a mix between them. Some homework assignments are a little bit hands-on and things like that. Both homework and lab assignments are all kind of hands-on, applying your knowledge type of things. However, lab assignments can be a little bit different sometimes because some of them require that you do virtual lab activities where you actually click and move things on the screen to simulate what you would be doing in the laboratory. Other things include, as is mentioned here, that you use household items to complete your lab. So as I've mentioned previously, please do go through each week at the beginning of the week as early as possible, scroll through and open up each of the assignments for the week and make sure that you understand what's expected. Because some of them I do say you need to get these household items. And in order to do this lab, you have to have collected these things. And that may take time. It may not necessarily be something you can do at 10 o'clock at night on Sunday or Thursday, for example, to get it turned in on time. Okay, so some of these things take time to set up, take time to gather the supplies. Now, for the household supplies, a lot of these things, I am asking you to use recycled things, things that are easily or should be mostly easily accessible for most people. Things like toilet paper rolls or pencils or recycled or reusable containers. Things like plastic bottles that you can get from a neighbor if you need to, if you don't have plastic bottles that you can kind of cut open and use. So things that should be easily accessible. If you don't already have them, maybe you can ask a neighbor for or a family member for and obtain those throughout the week, but they're generally very easy to obtain items. However, if you do struggle or are having issues obtaining some of these items, I do plan to have a discussion board available for people to post. So you can say, hey, I don't have this item. Does somebody have an idea of something else I can use instead? Because some labs, it may not need to be that specific item. That's just my suggestion. So please keep that in mind, that I'm not asking a ton out of you as far as having lots and lots of household items. But the idea is to use some things that are around you and in your environment. So we're going to move on to the quizzes next. Practice quizzes will be provided each week that will assist in your understanding of the material, as well as prepare you for the unit exam. Quizzes are to be taken digitally through Canvas. Quizzes may be taken multiple times with the highest score maintained as the final grade for the quiz. Each week's quizzes are worth 20 points for a total of 300 points for quizzes, with the exception of the end of semester quiz, which is outlined below. So for quizzes, as is mentioned, there are practice quizzes. Every single week, you'll have a quiz due by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. That quiz covers all of the material that you should have learned throughout the week, and you can take it multiple times. So if you want to, if this is helpful to you, you could take it at the beginning of the week just to kind of test your knowledge, and then you could take it midway through the week to test your knowledge, and then take it again at the end of the week to make sure you get the points that you want. You could just use it at the end of the week, just do it once and just kind of use it as an exam and be like, what did I get? And that's my score. You could do it at the end of the week multiple times to use it to get the highest score possible, which of course I recommend. Or you can use it and do it dozens of times just as a way to practice. So the highest score will always be what your final grade is for the quiz. So if you take it early on and you get 1 point out of 20, don't worry about it, because it's whatever at the end of the week is your highest score. So if you take it 10 more times since then, whatever your highest score is will be fine. Even if your lowest score is a 0 or a 1, it doesn't matter.